All right, welcome to another edition of the Spotter Stand. Coming to you live from Bristol Motor Speedway this week. BSR Pockets and BSR Hot Rod in the booth with us once again. Welcome, fellas.
What's going on? Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Spotter Stand here at a rainy Bristol Motor Speedway. There you got us.
Yep, I'm here.
All right, good deal.
All right, well, it's going to be a little bit shorter show this week. A couple of races in between seasons this past week. So Monday night, an actual series there. We didn't have anything going on. Season hasn't started yet. Tuesday night, we're always off. So let's just jump right into Wednesday night. And the Drunken Cow Jerky Late Model Dirt Series ran at Fayetteville this week. And another good turnout, good race there. HB Hardy comes home with the win there, the victory at Fayetteville in the dirt.
Yeah, that 30 car, he's on a roll in the dirt there. Second place was BSR Nelly. Third place, good showing by BSR Barry. Fourth place, our good friend down there from Alabama, BSR Bama, brings home a good finish. Fifth place, the 49, driving the Carolina Reaper Drunken Cow Jerky dirt car, dirt late model BSR Brain Feed.
You got the schedule up for that, Larry? Where are we going to be next Wednesday? Is it going to be dirt again, or is the truck series back on?
Nope, truck series is still off. We are going to run at Hagerstown, Maryland.
Well, we are a few races in, and it's been a couple of weeks since we've checked the statistics. So along with our points here, we're going to take a look at the stats. Got them both up there for you to see. But right now, your leader, HB Hardy, looks like he's also top of the wins board there with 2 wins. Nelly coming in second place, down by 14. Brain Fade in third, down by 22. BSR Furco in fourth, down by 31. And Axel Foley up 3 spots into 5th place, down by 40 points.
Tie for 5th place. See that, right?
Oh, looky there. Yeah, tie for 5th with BSR Pockets, who also moved up 1 position to tie for that top 5.
I don't know how I moved up, but evidently I did. I've been struggling a little bit there in the dirt series, but we never give up. And I can't believe they race dirt in Maryland. What's up with that? I thought they only drove those cars without the fenders on them. What do you call them? Modifieds. Yeah. So they race dirt in Maryland.
Yes, and late models have a long history at Hagerstown.
Good. I think I've raced there a couple of times, so maybe I'll be a little ahead of the curve for next week.
I actually remember going there as a child and watching dirt late models with my dad there.
Good deal.
Then Thursday night, the Cup Series ran at Bristol Motor Speedway, and that was kind of what you would expect. We did have some good, clean racing, but there was a lot of bumping and a little bit of spinning going on here and there. And our own BSR Axel Foley manages to bring home the win at Bristol. It was a great job, Axel. Great race, great run. Yeah, he knows what to do there at the end of the race. He's strategy-wise. He's one of those guys that's always thinking strategy. And he put himself right there where he needed to be at the end and brought home the win.
He sure did. And I tell you what, if you check out the Facebook page and some of the shares around there, he got an absolute outstanding render from Tim Scarborough over at WLS Graphics. That render was just all of that. And let's see, 2nd place, BSR Brain Fade. 3rd place, 54, BSR Momo. Brings home a decent finish there, top 3. 4th, our own Spotter Stand, BSR Texan. Looky there, 5th place, BSR Pockets. I'm going to tell you right now, I was proud of that 5th place right there. I fought hard for that. And to get a 5th place with the level of competition at a short track bull ring like Bristol, that was a heck of a race. A lot of tore up race cars by the time that thing was over. Everybody walked away feeling good about it. So we'll put that one in the books and move on to next week.
Yeah, you can see the point standings and stats for this series so far. We're 8 races in. That leaves about, what is that, 5 races now till the end of the first segment. And there I am, BSR Texan, right there holding the lead. Somehow I haven't managed to get a win in this series yet, but I've had, 4 top 5s there, 6 top 10s, and I've had a lot of good, strong finishes. So that's the only reason I'm up there in the front, other than 1 or 2 of these guys here hasn't made all the races. You see BSR Chevy Chase sitting right there in second, down by 1 point. Look at there, BSR Pockets in third, down by 12 points. Nelly sitting right there in fourth, down by 13. And BSR Brain Fade in fifth place, down by 19.
Yeah, those 5 drivers right there will be fighting tooth and nail to stay in the top 5 for that coveted bonus point when this first segment wraps up here in about 5 races. And so you see them all right there. There looks like they're, that Chevy Chase, he's after you, Texan. So
yeah,
and,
1 point.
Yeah, so and I think he's had a win or 2 in this series. So just that just goes to prove that just getting a decent finish, we're points racing, and you battle for every point you get there, so that keeps it kind of tight right there in the top 5. So we'll see how that shakes out over the next few races here at Bomb Squad Racing.
Now, where are we headed to next week on Thursday night there, Larry?
Going to Richmond, Virginia.
Richmond.
Another short track. Great.
A little bit bigger turn than Bristol. But
yeah.
Same kind of deal. There'll be some bumping there too.
Yeah, that'll be a good race. That'll be a good time. I think we there Thursday and Friday, aren't we?
That's correct.
And speaking of Friday night, the NXS Series also ran at Bristol Motor Speedway, and Nelly brings home the victory there. That was a great race. There was a couple of long runs in that race. There was, I think, a fairly long run with green flag pit stops at the end. Some strategy also involved there. Nelly elected to pit early. He pitted about 20 laps away from the end of the race, I believe, and took all 4 tires, whereas I, on the other hand, was leading, elected to run my tank dry and only take half a can of fuel, no tires. And I did come out in front of Nelly by a few seconds, but he had enough laps. He ran me down and brought home the win. Great job. Congratulations, Nelly.
Yeah, second place. Bringing home second place, number 66, Terry Scott. Third place, there he is again, BSR Chevy Chase. Fourth place, our very own BSR Texan, followed up by a good run by BSR Poor Boy. Big Daddy Roger Bevins in the 24 car brings it home 5th place to wrap up the top 5. I noticed there, Texan, you led 163 of 200 laps. You lost the lead and the race with what, 2 to go, 3 to go?
Yeah, 3-4 laps to go, I think it was. Just the strategy worked out good for Nelly. He was fast and he made the right decision there.
I seen what happened to you there too, and we was back there in the mix. I happened to see what happened to you there, and hats off to you for being such a good sport about it. So it's tough to lose one that way, but you still got a decent finish coming home 4th.
Yeah, I ended up 4th in both Bristol races this week, Thursday and Friday, 4th place in both of those.
Hanging in there.
Let's take a look here at the points in the Friday night series. Got H.B. Hardy dominating the win column there. If you see that in the statistics, 3 races he's won, but he missed a race, so he's not up there in the top 5 in the points, but he's got time to work his way back up. Got Terry Scott up there leading the way with myself, BSR Texan, in second, down by 7, and Nelly right there in 3rd place, down by 10. BSR Chevy Chase, 4th place, down by 21. And there's Pockets lurking right there in 5th place, trying to keep that top 5 for that segment 1, down by 26 points.
Well, just barely too, right there. Brain Fade in 6th place, 1 point back.
And there's
H.B.
Hardy.
Back? Yeah, H.B.
Points,
Hardy.
11 points back from you there.
Yeah. Yep. And I'm gonna tell you right now, these guys that are counting on these bonus points for these wins, they better not put too much. They better not put all them eggs in one basket, because I can tell you this: when it comes down to the last 10 races and we shell out all these bonus points, it's going to be close. But those last 10 races are going to be a lot different race than what we have now, because I referred to earlier, a lot of points racing going on right now. A lot of people are content with taking a third or a fourth or a top five, and they're looking at the big picture. They're looking at this column in this first segment to get that bonus point. We've got the All-Star race coming up here in several weeks. That's going to shell out some big bonus points per race. Three bonus points for the winner. So there's going to be a lot of moving and shaking going on in these points, and these guys that are unfortunate enough to miss a race, they better look at their schedule pretty hard and get in here and try to get those wins, because those bonus points are going to be everything. Because like I've said in the past, and history will show that these series will go down to Homestead, and nobody's going into Homestead with a 10-point lead. It's going to be more like a 2 or 3 or 1-point lead, and it'll go down to Homestead. So those last 10 races are going to be that going to be a different animal. So we're just working our way through the schedule, working our way across the country to all these different tracks, and we'll see how it all shakes out.
And you said we are going to Richmond, also in the Xfinity Series next week, Larry?
That's right. Yep. Richmond, Virginia.
That's always great to run the same track, two different physics, two different totally different races, Cup versus Xfinity. And on Friday night, after the Xfinity race, we've got the Voiles Trucking Friday Night Dirt Series at the Devil's Bowl. Brand new graphics there, sent to me by Pockets earlier today. Did you put that together, Pockets? You make that?
No. Absolutely not. That
Scar
came
did that?
straight out. Yeah, that came. You can tell by the quality of that came straight out of WLS graphics right there.
Nice job on
absolutely.
that, Scar. That's a great looking logo.
Yeah, the Madness in Mesquite continues there on Friday nights, late nights. Sponsored by Voiles Trucking, Brian and Kathy Voiles. They do a whole lot for all of our sim racing, and that's we go back to that track there in Mesquite every Friday night, just kind of like a home stand series, and it's turning out to be really, really good. Everything that we envisioned it would be. A lot of great racing. Friday night was no exception.
Yeah, I was telling Larry earlier, I believe the racing this past week was a little better than it was the week before. You know, like we've said earlier in these episodes, it's only going to get better as everybody gets more experience under their belt. Yeah, and this week, speaking of Larry, BSR Hot Rod brings home the win at the Devil's Bowl. Nice job, Larry. Yeah, it's been a long time coming. I expected we would see you in the win column in some of these dirt series a little sooner.
Yep, was a fun race. Started out front, proved to everybody that you can come from the back and win. Even though I started out front, about 15 laps in, I caught that inside wall and spun my car around. And yep, and then I managed to power it up through there, missing a couple guys, and get the win. It was fun. Me and Pockets was sideways 4 or 5 times. I thought I was going to wreck him.
Man, I had a rough night Friday night. That's just second of 10 races. This series is really starting to take off, and it's good to see that. Look at there, the two resident dirt experts. Larry gets the win, second place. BSR Furco, coming off a back surgery Thursday, comes in Friday, puts that late model car in second place. What an outstanding job by Furco. Third place, the number 144 of BSR Magoo. BSR Magoo is no slouch at dirt. He was he was around when dirt very first started. He's as old as dirt, as so they say.
Yeah, yeah,
Brings
he's
it
the
home.
creator of dirt.
Yeah, brings it home in third place, followed in fourth place by BSR Brain Fade, and it. I'm telling you, BSR Brain Fade's getting the money's worth of advertisement out of that Carolina Reaper's car, that DrunkenCowJerky.com Carolina Reaper car. That's a sharp car painted by Scar over at WLS Graphics. And in fifth place, once again, our very own BSR Texan in the original DrunkenCowJerky.com 201 there at the Madness at Mesquite. Great series, great turnout. Good to see everybody there. Great race. That thing's only going to get better and better. So it's a good time.
Want to throw out there that Killa got a picture of the old car. That's not the new car. The new car's the teriyaki car.
Put up the wrong vehicle. Well, I apologize for that.
That's fine. It's good to see that car in victory lane. That's a sweet car.
When you win next week, I'll make sure I get the right one. We're only a couple races into this series, so I have left off the stats, only being 2 races in, but our points are up here, and there I am, BSR Texan at the top of the board. Hopefully I can hold that for a while. BSR Furco, straight off of back surgery, moves up 5 places to second place, down by 7. Chevy Chase also moves up 5 places to third, down by 19. BSR Hot Rod, look at that with the win. BSR Hot Rod up 11 places, tied for third place, down by 19. That's probably one of the biggest jumps I've ever seen in a single race. Yeah, and then there's Nelly right there, also moved up. A lot of people moved up this week, so we had a lot of players down there at the bottom that didn't have such great luck this week. That did pretty good last week, and Nelly rounded out the top 5 there, down by 21.
I'll tell you what, I need me one of those 11-point jumps there. I might have to go spend a little time Friday night down in the 65 pit, see what those guys got going, pick Larry's brain for a few tips, because I need to move up the standings there a little bit. I've been struggling a little bit on Friday night, but we'll get it. Don't you worry. That's a great series. Texan in the lead. Look at old Furco, old back job Furco there. Ain't nothing keeps him down. They go give him back surgery, and he gets in the car next day, and that probably right there is why he decided to get his in that car, because he probably been keeping an eye on them points, and he wasn't going to give it up. So hats off to him.
Absolutely. And I would ask you where we're going to be next week, Larry, but we'll be at the Devil's
Back to Mesquite.
That's right.
Yep, back to Mesquite.
And moving on
keep an eye on that. Keep an eye on that 65 car again next week. Expect another big jump in the points.
Yeah, maybe up the other 3 spots there to first.
I don't think I can make first in one jump.
I'm sure Chevy Chase has got his eye on you there, so he's tied up right there, isn't it? Yep, tied for third place. And I tell you what, don't count out that 103 of Nelly. He's making a lot of noise in the heat races. He's won some of those races, so it's going to be an exciting series to keep an eye on.
In the Saturday night team series, I'm not sure which race this is, but I believe we are a little over halfway. I think this was race number 6.
Yep, race number 6.
Race number 6.
4 to go.
And this week, the hot team once again able to bring home the victory. BSR Ray 50, that number 11 hot machine, had some bad luck in a pit stop and lost a lead draft about mid race. Then we had a caution for a blown motor. I believe the only caution of the race, which was for a blown motor, and able to catch back up to the field there and stay up towards the front, lead almost the whole end of the race, and bring home the victory for the hot team this week.
Yes, they did. The hot team brings it in. What are the points there? Let's look at the points there.
Yeah, let's take a look at the points here and the statistics for the team series. Hot team moves back up to the front with that victory. You see, that's 3 wins for the hot team in this season so far, and somehow Teriyaki finished second place in that race, so they didn't lose a whole lot of points to the hot team. But somehow Teriyaki, with only one victory, is still only 1 point behind the hot team. And if you look over there on the top fives, Teriyaki's got 4 of them. Yeah, average finishing position, Teriyaki at the top of that at 4th place. So you can see that the hot team, even though we're leading, our average finish looks like about 5th place. So if those wins, it's the only thing that's keeping us up there. Hopefully we can keep that up as this last four races left to go, is it?
Yeah, 4 races left to go, and I'm gonna tell you right now, that's gonna change. That will, I mean, throughout this segment, throughout this 10 race series, through the first 6 races, you've seen it it's just right there, nail biting close, battling back and forth. That will change. I mean, there's with 4 races left at the super speedway with 50% races over 100 laps, there's a lot of action that's going to happen there. So we'll want to keep a close eye on that over the next 4 races and make a note of where it's at now, because it's bound to change. There's a lot of good drivers, a lot of hungry drivers. And speaking of hungry drivers, we did complete Drunken Cow Jerky Challenge Saturday night. Our good friend BSR Magoo offered us up a challenge and said, we can go caution free. He would give up 5 bags of jerky and we would have a drawing. Now, the stipulation is that mechanical failures such as and internet connection failures and stuff like that, we wasn't gonna count those, because that's really that's beyond our control. The mechanical failures. We had 1 blown motor, and that was a crazy blown motor because the motor let go, and it was Manny D. Manny D comes back in pits. They fixed it. He got back out on the track, done 2 laps, and it blew again. And then we had an internet connection problem that caused a little bumping and grinding that brought the caution out. So we only had 2 cautions. So we completed that race without a legitimate caution. So we had a drawing, and the winners we drew for 3 bags and 2 bags. That made the 5 bags. I think, Larry, you won the 2 bags, right?
That's right.
And then Roger Bevins, poor boy won 3 bags. And being the kind of guy that Roger is, he threw a bag back out to the drawing for the people that watch our streams. And our good friend Monty Keller brought that one home through a random drawing. We made them pick numbers. And I'm going to tell you something right now. I got to looking at this the other day. We have given away so much jerky to our drivers through drawings, and now we're Texan and myself are giving our winnings back to the people who are watching the streams. Brian Voles, Kathy Voles over at Voles Trucking. I have ordered. I'm so confused. I get so confused because you got Magoo throwing in jerky. WLS Graphics, Tim Scarborough says, if I win, I'm throwing it back to the drawing. And I'm just scattered all over the place. But I will tell you this. In the past couple of weeks, I have set and ordered for our drivers, our people that watch our streams, our fans, so to speak, that support us through the streams and everything like that. We have given away over $250 worth of jerky prizes out to the people, the drivers, the stream watchers, all of our fans and stuff like that. So hats off to everybody for supporting this league and just doing what we think is something special that nobody else is doing. I don't think there's nobody else out there giving away $250 worth of prizes in 3 weeks. So that's just that's our way to give back to our drivers and all of our fans and stuff like that, because as you know, we don't accept donations. This is all done through our sponsors and our members and stuff like that. So we couldn't be prouder of all the stuff that we've got going on. And it's just good to see all these different people getting these wins and getting these great jerky prizes. And I'll tell you another thing, visit drunkencowjerky.com, place an order over there in the special instructions. Let Mark Heyman, Richard Heyman, and all those folks down there that are working hard making this great jerky, award-winning jerky, by the way. They just got an award not too long ago. Put in the special instructions that you're sim race fan, sim race driver, or whatever. That lets Mark and them know that, hey, this little advertising campaign, it's really working, and give back to a company that actually supports the hobby that we all love, and try that out. And I guarantee it. I tell people all the time, if you're a first time customer of Drunken Cow Jerky, you'll be a second time customer. I've never seen anybody order it once, so check that out and
Absolutely.
support a company that supports sim racing. My headset died there for a minute. All right, back to y'all.
Yeah, we can't thank those guys enough, and all of our great members that contribute in all the ways that they do. That's what makes this place, PSR, such a great place to race. A great group of drivers and a great group of guys to just come in and hang out with on a regular basis. Let's move on and take a look at our bonus point tally thus far in the season. No change on the right hand side here on the truck series. Didn't run this week. So on the left hand side, we've got Nelly, who won on Friday night, added to the win column, and he's added over there to the total bonus points there in the center. Looks like HB Hardy dominating those bonus points so far with 3, and I'm down there with 2, and quite a few other guys on there with 1. Long ways to go still in the season. We've got, I believe, about another 6 races before the end of the first segment, when some more bonus points will be handed out there. And not to mention the All-Star race coming up, like Pockets mentioned earlier. We're going to extend the Cup All-Star race to include the Xfinity and the Truck Series, and give those points away for each of those series as well. So those will be some points getting earned very soon. And in the Cup Series, we had BSR Axel Foley took the win, got added to the win column there. And he's added over there in the right-hand side. A lot of drivers already in this one. Total bonus points. And Momo's still dominating the top of that board with 3. Thanks to that Daytona win. That victory earned him 3 bonus points alone. A lot of drivers already on that list, and with a long way to go in the season, I wouldn't be surprised to see that box fill up all the way to the bottom with just wins and bonus points in these segments and this next All-Star race coming up here in a few more weeks.
Oh, and I'm back, by the way. Thanks to Logitech for the great headset. I see you out there, 54. BSR Momo, actually in the chat box here. Spotter stand. So hearing you talk about him and his bonus points.
That's right. Yeah, he reminded me there earlier that with those 3 wins, we have 3 members of HOT, and all 3 of us have brought home one of those wins. Momo won one of the races, Ray 50 won 1, and I won 1. And hopefully we can all 3 win another one. That would be nice, because I know there's some great prizes on the line at the end of this season.
Yep, WLS Graphics throwing out a nice event T-shirt for all 3 members of whichever team wins. So special thanks to Tim Scarborough over at WLS Graphics. He does all the work for us, does the work for Drunken Cow Jerky. He paints cars. He does, he just, he spends a lot of time doing that, and we really can't thank him enough.
Yep, I got my eye on that T-shirt.
Yeah, Teriyaki, they're not out of it. So those wins that you were talking about that Hot's doing, they better plan on getting them a couple of more and keeping that Teriyaki team from getting in victory circle, because that's going to be, like I said, that thing's not over.
Oh no, there's more teams than that we're worried about. That Teriyaki's a strong team this season, and that Beer Bacon team also. They kind of took a hit this last week. I think they were only 4 points back, and now they're 10 points back. But that's another really strong team, and all 3 of those guys were running strong this last week. So, there's several other teams in there that are going to be.
That's the team that seems to work the best, but the team you really need to watch out for is that team coming on, and that's that Wolfway team. You watch them; they're the ones we got to watch, Killer.
Yeah,
Yeah,
they were doing a great job last night in that team series race. They were working together, doing what they needed to do, and they were doing a good job. They are coming on.
yeah, I think it's we need to note that the Voiles Trucking Saturday Night Speedway Series, we just took the night off. Uh, our
On
past champion Robert Balcom was out of town. He had some family business to attend to, so out of respect for our past champion, we didn't want to start a series without him being there in attendance. So we are working this week to put something together to hopefully kick off Saturday nights again. This Saturday night, got to check with Robert, make sure he's back safe and ready to go, and we'll be working this week to put that series back together. That's the Saturday night Boyles Trucking Late Night Speedway Series that kicks off at qualifying at 10:45 Central, 11:45 Eastern, and we're working on some things for that. So look for the announcement on the Facebook page over at the Boyles Trucking Late Night Series Facebook page and stuff like that. So we'll be able to report something on that next week, also here on the Spotter Stand.
one other thing we didn't allude to, is schedule wise, the Monday night series starts back up this week.
Is it not? I thought Axel said to postpone for one more week, and he was going to start next week. Going to do a fun run this week, right?
No, that was this week here that just passed.
Okay, I was confused.
So tomorrow,
the way I assumed it, I scheduled it. He's got a race for tomorrow, and it is at. Hold on, I'll tell you in 1 second here. Monday night, Martinsville.
Well, there you go.
we'll see all of you guys tomorrow night at Martinsville.
Yep. Axel's Nitro series on Monday night Nitro. So come on out for that. And then we're headed to Richmond. Then back to the dirt on Friday night. So we've got another.
So it's all right in that same area. Martinsville, Richmond, Hagerstown's all right together. They're all 34 hours apart.
Dirt racing on Wednesday night in the late model series. So we'll have plenty of races to run next week. So look forward to that. Enjoy a day off. I'm going to enjoy a couple of days off before I head east to compete here at Bomb Squad Racing, representing DrunkenCowJerky.com. Thanks to them. Thanks to Brian and Kathy Voiles over at Voiles Trucking, WLS Graphics, all the rest of our sponsors, RJ over at the Medicine Chest, Rick Craddock, Real Tech, Tyler and Rhoda over at HelloSunshineHello.com. Everybody that pitches in, our friend Magoo throwing out jerky. Special thanks to Perko for coming in here with his tore up back right after surgery and coming in and supporting us and everything like that, and everything everybody does. We're having a good time here, and y'all be looking. Like I said, y'all check those streams out. If you can't race, you can still win, because we've got several drivers here that are going to show you appreciation for tuning into their streams, and if they win, you win. Great prizes from Drunken Cow Jerky, so check it out.
Yes, and thanks everybody for watching again this week. We'll be back next week after Richmond. We're going to lead us out of here with this dirt video again, and we appreciate everybody tuning in. We'll see you next week.
Thanks, everybody.
See ya.